Hello, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we're going to talk about Shane and Lacey in the last episode of Life After Lockup. So Shane and Lacey, they went to marriage counseling, and Lacey promised Shane that she's going to give him clarity. So the marriage counselor asked them whose idea it was to come to marriage counseling to begin with, and Lacey said it was hers, but Shane was trying to take credit for it, but Lacey's like, no, this was all my idea. And Lacey said she feels like Shane doesn't want her because their sex life is almost non-existent. It's like not completely dry, but it's pretty dry. So Lacey told the counselor that they decided to give Shane a lie detector test, and she told the counselor the question Shane lied on, which was Shane has been communicating with other men for sexual purposes, and Shane swore up and down the only time he talked to other guys was on OnlyFans, and Lacey said that was a lie, and she knew for a fact that he was talking to other people on other social media platforms because she checks his OnlyFans all the time while he's sleeping. So that's what I don't understand though, because she said when she was on the beach and her friend pushed her to go through Shane's phone when she found out that Shane's workout gym buddy was like, oh, I can't wait till our next training session. She said then that she never went through Shane's phone. So which one is it? So Lacey said he was talking to someone else on his online platform when she went through his phone while he was sleeping. And I really wish she would have went more into detail about what happened, but the few details she did give about what she saw on his online platform was Shane was only replying to guys on there and ignoring all the women and talking to men in inappropriate ways. So the counselor asked if that's why Lacey was mad is because she thinks he's talking to other men for sexual purposes, and Shane swore up and down it was only on his OnlyFans, and the only reason he failed the lie detector test is because he didn't tell the guy who gave him the test about his OnlyFans. So Shane started throwing shade at Lacey and telling her the elevator obviously doesn't go all the way upstairs, and Lacey's so dumb and smart at the same time. And the therapist told Shane that the name calling ain't gonna fly. And Lacey explained where a lot of her resentment comes from with Shane. Shane wanted to get married and wanted to rush into having a baby, and Lacey couldn't have one naturally, so they did IVF so Lacey could give Shane summer rain, and that's expensive. That costs like $20,000 to $25,000 to do. And remember when Lacey had triplets at first last season, but she ended up losing two of the babies while she was pregnant? If Shane is leaving Lacey at home with the baby for 10 plus hours a day, and he isn't working and it's hard, just imagine how much worse it would be if they actually would have had triplets. That would have been so hard on Lacey. So Lacey said she was looking forward to so much with Shane once they finally had a child of their own, but Lacey feels like Shane has just completely let her down and isn't being the amazing dad he promised her he would be. So the therapist asked Shane how much of what Lacey said does he think is true and that he can relate to, and Shane said that when Summer was here he wasn't working because he had to quit his job and he felt like he was nobody, and Shane said his head is messed up because Lacey is constantly telling him that she wishes Summer was someone else's baby. And Lacey said she regretted having a baby with Shane, she regretted marrying Shane, and she said she isn't in love with him anymore. And Shane said he was super crushed when he heard Lacey say she regretted marrying him, and he knew they had their issues and problems, but he had no idea it was this bad. So the marriage counselor told Shane she feels like he's a super intense when he's angry, and Shane says he doesn't like when people are lying about him. So the counselor asked Lacey and Shane to decide if they think this relationship can be turned around and be a good relationship again, and if they can work on their flaws to be a better partner. And Shane assured the counselor and Lacey he would change and work on himself, but Lacey said you could tell she kind of already had her mind made up when it comes to her relationship with Shane, and she wasn't believing one word that Shane was saying. It was just like going out one ear and out the other. And she told Shane that he's saying the same speech he always says when they're at their breaking point, but all he does is make broken promises, and he doesn't act upon anything he says he will do. So I'm super confused what's going on with Lacey, Shane, and John as of current time, because her and John announced they're back together a few weeks ago on social media, and Shane and Lacey unfollowed each other. She's talking about how she has full custody of Summer Rain, and now Lacey and Shane are following each other again, and she deleted the photo with John. And Lacey posted a video on her IG with her and John and a few other people at a club last night drinking and partying. But that's it for this video. This is going to be a short video. Their segment wasn't that long. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.